Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to be talking about cause and effect. Has anyone ever heard about cause and effect before? Jason, what have you heard about cause and effect?
A cause is something that happens before an effect. An effect is something that bad is going to happen.
Great job! That is a great answer. Did anyone else? Thumbs up if you heard of cause and effect before. Thumbs down if you have not. Awesome! I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up. I'm seeing a couple thumbs down. But that's okay, because at the end of this learning segment, I'm going to see all thumbs up, right? Yes! So today we're going to be talking about cause and effect. What is a cause? A cause is the reason why something happens. To find the cause, you need to ask yourself, what happened first? So when I give you an independent practice, are you going to blurt out, what happened first?
No.
No, you just have to think it in your brain. What happened first? So when you see a cause, you immediately think, what do you think? Raise your hand. What do you think when you think of cause? Nahid? Awesome job. An example is, I worked really hard in school. That's what happened first. I worked really hard in school. Every one of you works really hard in school, and that's the cause. What is an effect? An effect is the result of something happens. So to find the effect, you need to ask yourself, what happened second? Am I going to blurt out when I get an assignment, oh, I see effect. What happened second? No. You have to think it in your brain. So when you think of effect, what do you think of? Raise your hand. Sonia. Not what happens first. That's cause. What happens? Lila. Next or second. Great job. Great job. So an example is, I worked really hard in school. So I graduated. I'm going to show you a little trick. Every time we see a cause, I'm going to underline it. What are we going to do every time we see a cause?
Underline it.
Every time we see an effect, I'm going to put a box around it. What am I going to do when I see an effect? Put a box around it. Great, so I have an example. I worked really hard in school, so I have to think in my brain, is this a cause or effect? So I have to think of what happened first. So I'm going to read, I worked really hard in school. Oh, that's the cause, because that happens first. So what do I do when I find a cause? Raise your hand, Zion. Great job. So I'm going to underline it. And I like the color red. But there's more to the sentence. So I graduated. So I graduated. So now I have to think of an effect. What should I box in for an effect? Oh, I have to think, what happened second? I graduated. What do I do when I find an effect? Olivia?
You put a box around.
Great job. I'm going to put a box around it. We're done. So I have the cause. I worked really hard in school. So the effect, I graduated. There are also some signal words. There are signal words for cause and effect. Some of them are because, if, when, so, and then. So when we see those words, we know it's a cause and effect relationship. Some signal words are signal words. We have an example. Mark was grounded because, the signal word, he wasn't on green in school. I have to think, let me find my cause first. I have to think in my head, what happened first? And what do I do when I find my cause? Angel?
Underline it.
Underline it. The cause is, Mark was grounded. Now I see my signal word. What is my signal word? Because, great job, he wasn't on red at school. So I have to think of an effect. I have to think in my brain, what happens second? And what do I do when I find my effect? Nahid? put a box around it. I'm gonna, in the sentence above, right over here, the word because signals a cause and effect relationship. An example of cause and effect. I'm going to ask for a couple of volunteers who would like to come up to the board and underline the and box the. Great job. But I'm going to pick somebody who is sitting quietly raising their hand. Kira, can you read the sentence first?
It got dark because the sun went down.
Can you underline the cause?
It got dark.
Can you underline it on the board to show everyone? Great job. Did you see that she stopped when she saw the signal word? What was the signal word? Jayla? Because. So you stopped before the signal word. And where do you think you pick up? Who would like to box in the effect? I'm going to pick on someone who's quiet. Zion, thank you. What do you think the effect is?
The sun went down.
Yes. And did you notice that he didn't say because the sun went down? Because we know that's just our signal word. Because the sun went down. Great job. Oh, box it. Great job. My sister was scared, so she yelled. What is the cause, Zonaid?
My sister was scared.
My sister was scared. So what do we do when we see? Awesome. What did you do?
I just underlined my sister was scared.
He underlined the cause. He thought in his brain what happened first. So now we have to think what happened next or what happened second. Dara, can you box in the effect? Great job. So she thought in her brain what came second, and that's the effect. And the effect is she yelled. Great job. Who would like to read the sentence? Kenny, can you read the sentence?
Jason was tired.
Can you read the whole sentence?
Jason was tired, so he fell asleep.
Jason was tired, so he fell asleep. Can someone underline the cause? Lila, thank you for raising your hand. What do you think the cause is? Yes, Jason fell, what was the cause? What happened first? Jason was tired. That happened first. Do you want to underline it? Thank you. So we have to think of the effect. What happened next or what happened second? Amani, can you box in the effect? He fell asleep. Great job. Great job. Thumbs. Yes.
It says Jason was tired, so he fell asleep. Why didn't the computer write J-A-S-O-N? Because that's the color. She wrote that.
I wrote that. And you can spell Jason so many different ways. That's not the important part.
How many?
I can think 2 ways. But
You also draw that?
thumb, I didn't draw that. Thumbs up if we think that cause and effect is easy. Thumbs down if we need more help. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Anthony, show me thumbs up or thumbs down. Great job. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to get our reading anthology out. Yeah. It does. But a new story on, I think 3:15. Oh, we're gonna go right over here. 3:15. Show me you're ready by folding your hands when you're there. I love that Angel is folding his hands because he got the 3:15. I love that Sonia's folding her hands. I love that Jayla's folding her hands. I love that Sophia's folding her hands. Great job, class. We are going to be reading a new story. Before we start, has anyone ever seen a chicken before? Raise your hand if you saw a chicken.
Not close.
Yeah, not close. Well, today we're going to be reading about a funny animal. And what kind of animal do you think he is? A chicken. So everyone that already saw a chicken can remember about the chicken that they saw, and they can see if this chicken is the same chicken. If you have never seen a chicken, then this will be a story about a chicken, and you can laugh, and you can just see the chicken. Okay, so I'm going to read the first 7 pages of the story, and you are going to listen. Tomorrow, you can read along with me, okay? But we're going to look for the cause and effects that we find in the story, okay? So I would like everyone to follow along and put their finger on the word soon on page 316. Have. Great job. So the title of the book is called Half Chicken by Alma Florida, and we're going to put our finger on the first word. Have you ever seen a weather vane? Do you know why there is a little rooster on the end? Spinning around to let us know which way the wind is blowing? Well, I'll tell you. It's an old story that my grandmother once told me. And before that, her grandmother told it to her. It goes like this. Boys and girls, before I speak, read the next page. Does everyone know what a weather vane is? Thumbs up if you know. Shane, can you tell me what a weather vane is?
They're on top of your house. They tell you whether if the weather is good or bad.
It also tells you the way the wind is
Blowing.
Great job, Shane. It also tells you the way the wind is blowing. So it's a little rooster on top of your house. Put your finger on the next page. What was that? Or well, no, it's on your house. Okay, the next word is up.
Usually it's on the bottom.
Yes. A long time ago, on a Mexican ranch, a mother hen was sitting on her eggs. One by one, the baby chicks began to hatch, leaving their empty shells behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 chicks has hatched, but the last egg still had not cracked open. The hen did not know what to do. The chicks were running here and there, and she could not chase after them because she was still sitting on the last egg. Ooh. I see a great sentence or a great little block of sentences that show a great cause and effect relationship. So stay on page 317. I'm going to read it again. One by one, the baby chicks began to hatch, leaving their empty shells behind. The cause is the baby chicks began to hatch. What did they do? What is the effect? Well, first, what do we have to think in our brain when we think of effect? When we think of effect, what do we have to think in our brain? Do we have to think of what came first or what came second? Donovan? When we think of effect. Okay. Would you like to phone a friend? Pick a friend at your table who's raising their hand. So, Naeem, what do we have to think about when we think of effect?
because when you reading a sentence, the cause goes first, and then you can find out what the effect is.
Great. Somebody over here, what did Zonaid say? What do we have to think about when we think of effect? What came not first? Second. Zonaid told us that the cause comes first. So I said the cause is, one by one the baby chicks began to hatch. What is the effect of that sentence? What? Put your finger on that sentence when you find it. One by one the baby chicks began to hatch. What happened after they hatched? Go sit down. What happened after they hatched? We're on page 317. Jordan, what happened after they hatched? What did they leave behind?
They're empty shells.
They're empty shells. The empty shells is the effect. They left them behind. So what came first? The baby chicks hatched. And then what came second? They left their shells behind. Great job. I'm going to keep reading. The hen did not know what to do. The chicks were running here and there, and she could not chase after them because she was still sitting on the last egg. Let's turn the page and put your finger on the word finally. I love how Dara has her finger on the word finally. Malia, can you put your finger on the word finally? Thank you. Finally, there was a tiny sound. The baby chick was pecking at its egg from inside. The hen quickly helped it break open the shell, and at last, the 13th chick came into the world. Yet, this was no ordinary chick. He had only one wing, one leg, only one eye, and only half as many feathers as other chicks. I found another cause and effect relationship. I'm going to read the sentence again, and I want you to point to it. Kira, can you get on the right page, please? Thank you. The hen quickly helped it break open its shell. What came after that? What was the effect? What came second? Sonia? High five! Awesome job! Did everyone hear Sonia?
No.
Sonia, can you repeat the effect? Yes. The cause, I said, was the hen quickly helped it break open the shell. And Sonia said the effect is that the 13th chick came into the world. What happened first? What happened first in that sentence? Janeda?
A little sound.
In this sentence, the hen quickly helped it break open its shell, and at last the 13th chick arrived. What did the hen do?
Quickly help.
Did she help sit on the shell? What did she do?
She quickly helped it break.
Great job. She helped it break open, and then the second thing that happened was the 13th chick arrived. Great job. And did you hear what I said when I read, yet this is no ordinary chick? He only has one wing, only one leg, only one eye, and only half as many feathers as the other chicks. Now, everyone, in the beginning of the lesson, I asked you how many people saw a chick before or saw a chicken. How many people? Raise your hand if you saw a chick. Did you see the chick? Did it only have one wing? No. One eye? No. One ear? No. No, and half as many feathers?